Here, Shiva is giving wonderful sloka, wonderful sutra, which can create the new understanding about the life and death, because this sutra is directly related to presence and absence. Let me read the translation. Feel an object or person. The presence in front of you means that touch or by seeing through your eyes. Feel the presence. The next word says, feel it, not just seeing. Next step, feel the absence of all other objects but this one. Understand? Step by step. Let me give the translation. Feeling the presence of an object or a person. Second step, feeling the absence of other objects. First, feeling the presence of one object or a person. Second step, feeling the absence of all other objects and persons, except this one. Third step, feeling the absence of this one also, and centering on yourself. Realize, paramastitihi, dhyayato layaha. Let you disappear into enlightenment, into the state of meditation. This technique is for the people who are in love with some object or with some person. Understand? I am not saying if you were in love with somebody, if you had experienced a deep love to some object, then this technique won't help. If you are now currently in love with some object or some person, please understand, when I say being in love, I do not mean the legal so-called social system. No. You are legally committed or you are supposed to love somebody. No. It's like just 2 days ago, I got a letter from a devotee. That person was telling, Swamiji, 10 minutes we wait before you come. That 10 minutes looks such a long time. Every second I am just looking at the door. But after that I sit for 2 hours. Not once I even think about looking at the door. What is happening? What happens to me? The 10 minutes I am not able to wait. And the 2-3 hours I don't even know how the time passes. Means the number of thoughts is more when you wait. That's why you feel boredom, tired, and the number of thoughts are less when you are in the presence. Means your kshana becomes big. If your kshana becomes big in somebody's presence or in some object's presence, you are in love with that object or that person. This is the scale. Understand? This is the scale to measure whether you are in love with that person or object. If you are in love with some person or object, this technique is for you. Please try this. If you are not in love with some object or in person, no God can help you. Not only Shiva, nobody can help you. There is a beautiful story which happened in a life of a great master, Ramanuja. Ramanuja was a great enlightened master. See, there are three great acharyas who changed the destiny of India, Bharat. They created, actually if you read these three masters' life, you will know the spiritual history of India. Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhva. These three great people are called Mahacharyas. These three only created the three major philosophies which are alive in India. And these three are responsible for all the problems and wars also. Means the fight. These three did a great service and same way created enough problem. What to do? When people don't understand with the right spirit, naturally they create conflicts. Ramanuja, great master, in his life, a beautiful incident happened. One young guy came to him and asked, Master, please initiate me, teach me bhakti, devotion. Ramanuja asked, have you ever experienced love? Have you fallen in love with somebody? He said, what? No. I lived a pure life. I want to learn only about devotion and God. Teach me about that. I never did any mistake in my life. Then Ramanuja says, I can't teach you devotion and love. First go and fall in love with somebody. This guy was not able to understand. He said, what are you teaching? I came here thinking that I will learn about God. And you are telling me to go and fall in love with somebody. Ramanuja says beautifully, if you can't love some people who are in front of your eyes, how can you love somebody who is far away, who is not even seen by you? No, you can't. You can't experience that feeling connected unless you experience it first with some object or a person who is in front of you. If you experienced or experiencing that deep feeling connection, sometimes you may not have that with some person, you may have it with your pet. No, really, if you can't love the human beings, you start loving pet animals, you start loving animals. See, it's a poor substitute. When you can't love, loving the living beings, human beings, loving the living human beings is little costly. You need to open up. You need to take little risk. He may respond, may not respond as you expect. He may not reciprocate as you want. There is little risk of getting hurt. There is little risk of hearing the word no. You are afraid to get no in return. The fear of no, you never open up. Just because of fear of no, you stop opening up. You are frozen. You are completely frozen. The fear of no stopped the growth in your being, the emotional level. You are dead. You are frozen. That is why now you want pets. Pets can't say no because you are giving food, they all their basic needs, and they don't know also how to say no. And you have your own interpretation. I heard that there is a separate yoga, even counseling for pets. God. They would have lived such a natural, wonderful life. In our ashram, we have many animals. Lot of dogs, cats, all of them just running around, roaming around. You will be surprised. Snakes, cat, dog, all of them eat from same plate. Same plate, stay in the same ambience. They all see each other. They live around. And they are completely relaxed and comfortable. They are never bound or chained. They are not taken to any doctor. No other so-called cares are given except food. Nothing else is done. And they are there. And I was shocked to hear these pets are taken for yoga, some counseling. Although I can't understand anyhow. Huh? Psychiatrist also. God. Poor psychiatrist. Anyhow, it's a poor substitute. It's a very poor substitute. And when you can't even open up to that much with a pet, you fall in love with some stone. Now, I have seen people really doing that. I have seen in the Himalayas, some of these sadhus, they will fall in love with their kamandalu, means the water pot. They will wash that from morning till night. Washing, till it loses its shape. They will rub. See, they have dropped everything else, but they are not able to drop that one kamandalu. I have seen really. And they will fall in love with some small place. They will not leave that place for anybody else. All they do is sit there and beg, that's all. But they will reserve that place. Nobody else can sit. You fall in love with something. But at least that is much better than not falling in love with anything at all. The first choice is human beings. And the second choice is pet. Third choice, at least some stone or something. Okay. Learn to open up. Learn to relax. When you are in love with something, you stop thinking about you. You start thinking about that person or object. The attention is shifted. The energy is shifted. Constantly thinking about you creates so much of suffering in you. Just see. You suffer, you feel loneliness, depression, when you are constantly thinking about you. Just reduce a little bit. Stop the energy, flow towards that direction of constantly thinking about you. Find out something which will make you forget yourself. No drugs. I am not telling you drugs will make you forget yourself. No, but that is not going to help. That is not going to give you the eternal solution. No. That is not going to give you the solution. No. You will become more and more dull. When you are in love with some person or object, you may use this technique to achieve enlightenment. Let me repeat the sloka sutra, then we will enter into the translation. Understand the technique more clearly. He says, first feel an object or that person before you. Understand? Just to see, if you see through two eyes, it is enough. But to feel, you need to use all three eyes. Third eye also. If you see the kids seeing the rose or a teddy bear, you see how the kid feels the teddy bear. He doesn't just see, he feels it. You can see how his eyes become big. Almost he feels connected to the teddy bear. He feels completely connected. If you try to take it away, you will see the fun. You will see the drama he creates. He feels that the toy is just part of him. So you need to feel that close with some object or that person. It will happen only when your third eye opens, means only when your logic is absent. You can see when you are in love with somebody, when you are in love with some object, your eyes will be bright when you look at that person. Practically your whole being will be looking through your eyes. Through your eyes. You will feel it. First sit with that person or the object, just feel it. Feel that object or the person through your whole being, through the whole body, through the whole energy. Just feel. Just be completely lost. Feel only that object or that person. Second thing, important thing, feel the absence of all other objects and persons but this one. I am reading the original sutra, original translation, so that you will understand. Actually, this sutra can be translated in so many ways. I really feel sorry for my poor translation because I don't have more words. The sutra has to be understood from 4 or 5 dimensions, because this can give you the basic truths of the falling in love with a master or falling in love with some god or a deity. This sutra will give you the basic technique, how that helps you towards enlightenment. When you deeply feel connected to a master, when you deeply feel connected to a deity, to a god, to a statue, what happens in you, how it leads you towards enlightenment, is beautifully described in this sutra. Understand? People ask me, Swamiji, if I have fallen in love with a girl or a man, can this technique help me? It will. Because whenever you are in love with somebody, the other person will look like a god. He will be God for you. Understand? I always tell people come and ask me, Swamiji, I feel you are God. I tell them, this mood or experience will be there as long as you feel connected or you are in love. As long as you are feeling connected or you are in love. When you are in love with somebody, not only with me, with a master, with anybody, when you are in love, the other person will appear like a god. He will be fulfillment of your being. God means what? Your fulfillment. Your fulfillment is what we call God. What you feel as your fulfillment is your God, Ishta Devata. That is your chosen ideal. When you are in love with the master, he appears as God. He will be God. I always tell people, when you are in love with me, not only I will appear as God, you will see all miracles which God will do will be happening through me. But when that love or feeling connected goes away, when you don't have that, you will not see any miracle through me. Even if you see, you will take it for granted. It is feeling deeply connected or love that gives you the experience, glimpse of God through other, and it just gives you inside you. It's a big science. First, you fall in love with that object or a person. One difficulty is, if you fall in love with that object or a person, first you need to concentrate, feel him and leave everything else. Then feel his absence also. When you want to feel his absence, he may not agree or cooperate. With a master, he will agree and cooperate to feel his absence, and he will put the whole energy and whole devotion on yourself. He will not bind you. That is the greatness of master. That is the greatness of falling in love with the master. See, when you fall in love with an ordinary object or an ordinary person also, this technique can help you. But one thing, when you want to move away from his presence, he will feel dissatisfied. He will not encourage it. He wants you to be, by now, he will be dependent on you. A person who acts as an object for you to fall in love and waits till everything else disappears from you and diverts the same attention and energy towards you and gracefully moves away, lets you experience his absence, is master. He is master. Master is a person who will not be dependent on you, but who will help you to be dependent on him. When time comes, he will simply liberate you and put your whole energy on you and say goodbye and tell you to experience the ultimate. With an ordinary person, that step will be a little difficult. The third step, first step, falling in love, feeling the person, there won't be a problem. Second step, forgetting all other objects except that person or the object, that also won't be a problem. But the third step, feeling his absence also and diverting the whole concentrated energy on yourself. Dhyayato layaha means merging into meditation itself without an object for meditation. At that spot, an ordinary person will not be able to let go. He will create a comfort zone between you and him and encourage you to be in that same comfort zone. Will not allow you to go beyond him. That is where the problem will start. Of course, when that problem comes, let us face that. Just because that problem may come, it is not that we should not start our steps at all. When it comes, let us find the solution. Let us start the work. Let us start the great work of working towards the enlightenment. This sutra, if it is understood, it will give you the basic signs of devotion, basic signs of falling in connection or in deep devotion with a master, or even feeling connected to a deity, to a murti.